Hello, everyone, and good evening. Welcome to Reality Hour. I am your host, Adam Samuel, and joining me for this discussion is Grace. How you doing today, Grace?
I'm doing okay. Not thrilled that I lost my first pick, but also not getting shut out of the finale 2 years in a row.
We will see about that.
And we also have Eric here. How you doing today, Eric?
I'm doing well. I'm seeing Kelly on Friday. Very excited about that. And then I'm seeing James Arthur on Monday, which I'm also very excited about. I'm actually feeling optimistic now, cautiously optimistic about the end of the season.
Yeah, I enjoyed this episode. I appreciated that it wasn't like 4 or 5 hours. So that's, nice. It was like short, but yep, still hate these cuts, I lost someone very important this week. I'm down to 2. Let's I guess we should start there. So let's eulogize our losses today. So
there's only one I really want to talk about in depth because we already eulogized the other
seriously? Eric was had written McKenna off last week, or
yeah, because everyone
did.
But anyway, I do want to talk about Julia for a couple minutes, for like a minute, really. Because the thing is, her audition was the best of the season, in my opinion. And she never quite lived up to it since.
She never had a chance, Eric.
It was
foolish to get your hopes up.
It was foolish for me to get my hopes up about her, but thankfully
someone else picked her first overall in the draft.
Thankfully, someone else has been stepping up to the plate. So,
for the record, by the way, there are 5 contestants remaining. I think all of them came from either our first or second picks.
Yeah, looks like it.
So we have a good track record.
Yeah, we're pretty good at this. At this point, I would hope so.
Yeah, Julia. She was fighting an uphill battle. She went out swinging, but yeah. But McKenna, Eric, unbiased, looking at this contestant, with an unbiased view, she should have been in the top 5. We should have cut Emmy. We should have cut Will. Should have cut Triston.
Yes, agreed. But we weren't going to. So
for me, going into this week, I felt the same as I did. There was 1 week of the X Factor. It was when I was rooting for CC Fry. I know that's a name that,
Sorry, I just don't get it.
There's, every week we're just trying to get through one more week. And then there was 1 week where she beat Diamond, and it was going into the next week. And I was looking at the contestants I cut, and I was thinking, okay, if CC were to make it 1 more week, who does she have to beat? And it was Fifth Harmony. And I was just I had that same mindset going in, okay, if McKenna's going to make it another week, who's getting cut? And I was like, is it Emmy? It's not Emmy. Is it Will? No, it's not Will. Is it? No, it's not. And then it was like stages of grief where you kind of, slowly accept it. But she had a great run. She had good performances. She was my 3rd pick in the draft, but she was my number 1 favorite contestant of the season. I would go full blanket if you want. I mean, I have my sunglasses here, but, I'm going to keep the mood optimistic because I really enjoyed her time on the show. She was awesome.
Here's my take with McKenna. She already had 1 foot in the grave. And then she decided to sing a Katy Perry song. At that point, just stick your other foot in there.
We will get to some of these choices, but Eric, any final thoughts on McKenna or any last words for Julia?
Not really. I mean, I'm sad that Julia never really reached her potential on the show. But
I am too. I mean, she was my first pick, but okay. Set Fire to the Rain, I did think was one of her better performances.
It was, but too little, too late.
The dance theme, I don't even want to discuss that. That theme.
I do.
Well,
the only thing that could have made that theme worse is if Bobby Bones were still on the show.
Let's. I want to pause here real quick because I watched this episode, and I would personally, if I was to give this episode a ranking or a rating, it would be L&D. for Lies and Deceit, because that's all they were serving with this bullshit theme. Like dancing, like what were these songs? This is not dance night. I mean, it's like saying I Hope You Dance is a dance song. Like no. It's like the theme, the contestants basically said to the theme, like, I hope you don't dance. Like, that's really what it was.
Okay, fine.
Dancing's a different show. We'll talk about that in the fall.
Come on. None of these songs are. There was a contestant behind a piano at one. I think it was Emmy. Like,
I have thoughts on that Emmy performance.
Like, what?
We'll
there's disregarding the theme, and then there's, like, blatantly disregarding it.
Hey, but
I wanted dancing, guys.
But, like, I mean, the whole theme is songs that make you want to dance. Like, first of all, I don't know what the hell theme
who's
this
dancing
was.
to E.T.? God, I love McKenna, but, like, who's dancing? Like, what? Abby's doing My Songs Know What You Didn't. That's not a dance song. Like, dance. Abby's singing behind a piano, Shut Up and Dance. Like, what?
Emmy's sitting behind the piano, Shut Up and Dance. But anywho.
Shut up and don't dance.
Jesus Christ. Anyway. Let's get into our deep dive.
All right, who's kicking us off here?
Jack. Long Tall Sally was the dance song, and the Adele song was One and Only. And he wore a bolo tie.
Okay. To me, the dance performance was a nothing performance, like the definition of a nothing performance. Sounded good, did nothing to move the needle. One and Only, I thought, to me at least, clearly established him as the second best singer left in this competition, which means next to nothing, but still.
That's sad. That's just really sad.
What do you think of the mentors?
I didn't watch them.
Well, Sierra was there was no mentor for the Adele theme, but Sierra was the mentor. All of her advice was about dancing and, like, trying to get these people to move on stage.
No one listened to.
I mean, they shouldn't have. Like, that's why I said the only thing that could have made this theme worse is if Bobby Bones were still there, because he thinks he's a good dancer.
You know what? Bobby Bones probably at least would have told them to sing songs that are dance songs.
Yes, but he would have encouraged them to look like idiots.
But at least they would do the theme.
And okay, I mean, Jack, like, during rehearsal, he tried to moonwalk, which never do that again. Jack, if you're watching this, which we know you aren't, you are not Michael Jackson. Do not moonwalk. The dancing.
Honestly, that's probably the biggest compliment we could give him. You're not Michael Jackson.
Well, none of these people are Michael Jackson.
That's a good thing. Anyway, moving on.
Well, yeah, he's dead. One and Only I didn't even write any notes on because apparently I was bored. Long Tall Sally, like, I just didn't like the dancing, but I mean, I didn't like this theme. So that's my thoughts on Jack. I think he's going home next week. But I mean, this whole week next week is really just a fight for third place at this point, or at least
he was my second pick. He was my second pick, and you laughed. First song, you know, it reminded me of like a Elaine Hardy performance.
Very much
like,
so.
It was just nothing. Like, it
yeah,
was just
exactly.
Like,
nothing.
The second one, I watched it for about 30 seconds, and then went to watch Elise Testone's version of this as a palate cleanser, and that's basically my thoughts. There you go.
Okay.
Julia,
Julia got cut. We set
Abby.
fire to her dreams. So let's move on to Abby.
I wish she had done a different Fall Out Boy song. You know, Dance Dance. You know, there's
Disagree.
Here's my take with Abby. I think she kind of tried to make lightning strike twice. She did really well with the Evanescence song. She's like, oh, I'll do another rock song. I don't think lightning quite struck twice. It wasn't quite as good.
Disagree.
But I mean, it never is. And then Hello, I thought was really strong. She's been the most consistent contestant this season, which means she is not winning.
I'll play this back in 2 weeks. We'll find out.
You know, McKenna leaving is kind of good for Abby.
That's as I said in our group chat. That's assuming anyone was voting for McKenna.
I was voting for McKenna, Eric. So there you go.
I'll just say I thought My Songs Know What You Did in the Dark was pitch perfect. Even when she lost her mic pack and had to pick it up and clip it back onto herself. That's a damn impressive performance. She sounded amazing on that song. And Hello was the best vocal performance of the episode and probably the season. And I'm just going to call it now. I think she's a lock for the top two. and we might actually get a girl winner this season, and a winner I like to boot.
Might.
I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but it's possible. It's genuinely possible. She's getting the most views of everybody. So
Look,
So did Carol Baskin.
We are here at top 5. I no longer have a horse in this race. Well, there you go. But Abi is obviously the best singer of the remaining 5. Abi should be the winner. I'm rooting for her now. She's going to get my 10 McKenna votes. And I think she could win. I think she could do it, unless Triston. And I don't know. I think it's going to be her and Triston at the end. My thoughts on Abi, though, like, I thought of her entire run. I still think Goodbye Yellow Brick Road is her best performance.
Disagree.
But I feel there's always just like everything is set up to be perfect for me. And then there's like one thing wrong that kind of just like,
really?
You know,
even this week? Early on, I agreed with you. But no, I think this week, I think she nailed both of her performances this week. Genuinely.
So Hello, I think, was solid. I Know What You Did in the Dark. I kind of think she played a little safe vocally. Like there were moments when she's she's just
like no range though.
And I was like, go high, like you're there, like just go one, like her final, I think it was like one of the final notes.
She did a whistle note at the end. Shut up.
I know, but I was like, go further, like come on, go take it like from like I don't know.
She did. I don't know. Okay, you're just. I don't even know what.
I'm rooting for her. I'm going to vote for her, and I think she should win. But
I mean,
I'm like just a little more.
I don't get how anyone could look at these two performances and not say that she's in a completely different league to everybody else who's left.
Yeah, that goes without saying. Obviously, she's in a different league than someone like Triston or Emmy. But for me, instead of being like an A+, she's kind of like an A-.
Honestly, I've been listening to these two performances on repeat, so I would say they're really, really good.
Tell me on that like last couple of notes, she could have gone higher. She could have I was like, go a little more.
Sure.
Like just
then only dogs could have heard her. That would have been fun.
I don't know. That's just my opinion. But McKenna, R.I.P. She didn't actually die. She just her shit run on the show. Will Moseley,
my dude, my last
dude. I think he's DOA next. I think he's gone next week.
No guitar for either performance this week. Give me 3 steps. Like the fact that he didn't even try to dance, it was solid. I mean, of course, some of these people shouldn't dance. Like, it's like
I'll just say, Give Me 3 Steps was very much like Jack's dance performance. It was a nothing performance.
This entire round was just blech.
No, Abby's performance is actually what I've listened to the most. Was that
okay,
that's your like dance song?
Like, even saying hers was the best of the round isn't saying a lot because this whole round was just mediocre. Rolling in the Deep, I liked his arrangement, but he had a few pitch problems, and that's not normally a problem for him. So,
I'll say I remember his arrangement of Rolling in the Deep, but not in a good way. So
Emmy.
So, look, amongst the three of us, like who should be the top 2 here?
Who should be the top 2 at this point? I would say Abby and Jack should be the top 2.
Agreed. Do you agree, Grace?
Nope. But
Unbiasedly.
I just want to talk about Emmy.
I'm saying I think Emmy's going to sneak in there. I think she's going to potentially beat Abby.
I did not think this was a good week for her. I mean, it wasn't like so. Shut Up and Dance. Like Sierra wanted her to get up from the piano, and I spent the entire performance waiting for her to do that, and she didn't. And then Water Under the Bridge, I just thought was like she didn't really like. I feel like I've just been so accustomed to her like arrangements and stuff, and then she didn't do anything different with this song, and I was kind of just like, okay, I mean, you're sounding good, but like, I don't know. Plus, Shut Up and Dance works because it's fun and upbeat.
And she sucked all that out.
And she took all of that away on a dance theme night.
Again, it's Shut Up and Don't Dance.
Yep. Anyway, Water Under the Bridge was fine, I guess. And Shut Up and Dance was just laughable for me because, again, the whole point of the song is it's a fun, upbeat song, and she sucked all that out of it.
I gotta be honest. I think Water Under the Bridge might be my favorite Adele song.
Okay.
I like the song, but yeah.
It's fun.
This was not her best.
What made more sense is the dance song.
This wasn't her best week on the show by any means. It might have actually been her worst week.
It was.
But she's still here. I can't argue. I just hope she does better next week.
Okay.
Right.
Do we want to talk about Triston? Because I have nothing to add about him.
He had horses behind him. I was like, horse jokes are back on Reality Hour. To which Eric just says, nay.
Come on, Eric. That was good.
Sure, whatever. I just don't get Triston at all, to be completely transparent.
I don't either, but like, okay, Trouble was solid. I kind of figured he was going to be okay. Easy on Me, I was not expecting him to pick this song.
This was a bad pick.
I mean, I was expecting either him or Will to be the one to do Make You Feel My Love. McKenna ended up doing it. But like, I'm kind of happy. Like, I figured somebody was going to do it. So I don't know if like Triston was voluntold, but
that's my word.
No, it's a word I've heard.
What was that?
I've heard that word several times before, but we'll talk about
by
that.
Me.
Not by you.
Yeah. So Easy on Me was like, I feel like that was kind of out of his range. It wasn't like a true nightmare, but it was still like, I was doing like a horse pun. Nightmare.
Boo.
That's all Eric has to say. But no, it was. I feel like it could have been worse. I feel like Adele week was.
Oh yeah, it could have been worse. That's where we're at with Triston.
It was like a B- when it could have been like a D-, but
okay.
I think he's finale bound.
I think he is too, and that's.
I think he has a non-zero chance of winning.
I would agree.
Honestly, the only person I can't see like at all winning is Will. I can see everyone else winning.
You cannot spell Will without a W.
I can't see Will or Emmy winning, to be honest.
I can see Emmy like.
Emmy's been getting a lot of backlash.
I know, but I don't know.
I can't see everyone winning. I think any one of Abby, Jack, or Triston can win.
I don't know. I just hope we have a good contestant that's like a true neighbor to last year's winner.
So next week,
I'm going to insert the audio of an audience booing you.
What's coming up next week? Disney Week.
Disney night. Hooray.
I will say, if Abby picks the certain song,
it's the one from Meet the Robinsons. This is the one you want to hear, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I think it would actually be a great song pick for her, like unironically.
You're not going to hear it, so
if I do,
lower your expectations, Adam. You're going to hear the same goddamn Disney songs you hear every single year.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right. It is May 7th. I'm going to put $5 on the table that someone, probably Triston, you got a friend in me.
Yep.
Hence why we're going to Andy's room now.
Yep.
If You've Got a Friend in Me is not on the set list, I will buy you guys.
Either that or Life is the Highway. Those are the two potential options for Triston and Will.
Do you guys have any like? I'll tell you, Abby's probably going to do.
I don't want to hear anything from Frozen.
What?
I just don't want to hear Frozen again.
No, Abby's probably doing When She Loved Me. Will's probably going to do something like Kiss the Girl.
Yeah, whatever.
Jack is probably going to do Life is a
It should
Highway.
only be one song each, honestly. They should do a second theme. And not
Eric
just
is like,
focus.
no.
All right, and we're not. I mean, I was also going to suggest what's Katy Perry's last Disney night costume going to be, but then I thought, who the hell cares?
The
That's a good
producers
point.
care.
I'm going to guess Elsa.
I don't care. I don't care, but the producers really
The
care.
princess from Wish?
I don't know.
So I make this wish. No, I'm not going to start singing. Let's go back.
On
to
that note,
I can't, guys. Like, I can't hear You Got a Friend in Me again. I can't do it. Like, I really,
well, you're gonna.
I can't.
And what you're gonna do is you're gonna do Abrica fast forward like I do.
But like, if it's Tristan, or what if it's Jack? And I'm like, oh, Jack, why? You know it's coming. Someone's doing it.
Oh,
Three
totally.
of us could plausibly pick it. So it is coming.
And nobody's going to do Meet the Robinsons. Nobody's going to do Married Life.
You can't. The Married Life has no lyrics.
Yes, correct.
I know, but like, I mean, could they like? I mean, I did jokingly once pledge all of my Dancing with the Stars votes to anybody willing to dance to the Triple Dent gum jingle from Inside Out.
I would like Reflection for Abby, or
No, too big.
Surface Pressure.
Julia would have done Reflection if she were still here, but she's not.
Anyway, on that note, we'll be back next week for Product Placement Week on American Idol.
Eric's gonna get the Figment background back up.
I am going to try so. You can find all of us on social media. I have links in the description. And we will see you all next week.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.